Good morning, guys. Can you hear me? Guys, can you hear me? Yeah. So, guys, yesterday, are you able to download? Yesterday, are you able to download Postman and do the setup? Okay. Okay. Fine, fine. Guys, just give me some 5-10 minutes. Okay. I'll make some again setup and I'll rejoin. Okay. I'll restart the session. Just wait for some 10-15 minutes.
Welcome to the webinar. You have entered as an attendee in listen-only mode.
Guys, can you hear me? Guys, can you hear me? Okay. So now, guys, yesterday we finish our setup. Okay, how to get free APIs. Okay, how to install Node.js, how to install JSON server, and how to start JSON server. That all the things we people done yesterday. Okay. So now, as I told you yesterday, guys, we have to download and run the Postman. Okay. So, guys, I hope you done that setup. So here I'll do that setup here. So this is Postman software, guys, which we download. Okay. Now here we will just double click. Okay. You can keep this software anywhere, guys. No issue. You just need to install it. So it is saying installing Postman. Okay. It looks something like that, like photon, neutron, electron, or something are there. Guys, let it run. Online paper, can you hear me? Okay. So now see, guys, once you done with this, it is saying some updates are available. For your information, just 2 minutes back we download. So let it be dismissed. Now they will say, guys, they will say here create a free account, okay, or do the sign in. So you can, if you have an account, okay, if you have an account, you can use. As if you don't have an account, then you have to go for create account option. Okay, so go for create the account. You will redirect to this page. Now again, guys, you can do your email, username, password, or else you can do sign in, sign up with Google. Automatically your Google credentials will come here. Okay, so sign up with Google. Let's say I'll select this account. We have to accept this license and click on accept. Good morning. So now sign up is done, and now open Postman. So guys, once you're done with the sign up process, okay, it's very simple process basically. Once you done, then you have to fill some information like what's your name. So let's say this system belongs to Anushruti. So here I will say Anushruti. What of this role you are having? So let's say quality. How do you plan to use automated testing, manual testing, designing? Oh, fine. Anything you can select, no issue. Now, if we want, you can create our own team or something. Okay, then we can do team URL or something. But right now we don't need. So now continue without team. Finally, guys, you are here in the postman. Okay, how to use, how to work, everything. Okay, in that you can go to home. Okay, I guess we are in home only. So, guys, is everyone done up to this? Okay, so guys, you just do it. Okay, nothing great. We just need to create a sign up and all that things. Okay, so let's say, guys, here I will write some notes. Okay, I guess how to download Postman you are aware. Okay, Postman setup. Okay, so first thing is okay, download Postman app from this website. Okay, what is the website, guys? I guess this is the website. Okay, then second thing is install Postman in local machine. Okay, then create a account in Postman and complete sign up process. Guys, is everyone clear up to this? Okay, do one thing, note down up to this, then we will see what is the next process. Note it down up to this. Guys, done with the copy? Okay. So guys, how to start working with Postman? Okay. So always remember, guys, just like we will do setup in Eclipse, just like Eclipse is one of the tool. Okay. And in a Eclipse, if we want to start working, then we need one project.
Yes.
Okay. So just like we open Notepad and write class test, public static void main, is we will write like that in a Eclipse? They directly open Eclipse and start typing the code? No. First we create project, then we create package. In a package we create a class, and then finally our coding starts.
Yeah.
Same thing applicable here.
Okay.
So we can't start directly like this. First we have to create a project in a Postman. Okay. So project in a Postman is called as collection. Don't get confused. Java collection is different and this collection is different. Okay. So in a Postman, project is considered as collection. Okay. So first thing what we need to do after this, create a collection in Postman. Create a collection in Postman. Okay. So now guys, observe here. How to create it? Go to the Postman. Okay. So control plus equal. Okay. Okay. So now see guys, here first we have to create collection. This is very new. Wait. File. See control. Guys, first thing is, I guess we have to do something else. Okay. That something else is, first we have to create workspace. Okay. I guess they changed some initial setup or something, guys. Okay. So first you have to make a workspace. So just like in Eclipse we have a workspace. Now they had here also some workspace section. So go here, create new workspace. Go to workspaces, go on, create new workspace. Give the workspace name. So let's say my workspace name is something demo API testing. Okay. You can give some summary and something. Okay. You can add some group members also here. Okay, like whoever the person interacting with this workspace or project. So let's say click on create. Okay, go to workspace. Now finally you are getting the UI what we are expecting. Okay. So guys, first step is not to create a collection. Okay. First step is what? Create a workspace. So delete this. Now first step is create workspace in Postman. Okay. So first thing is go to workspace. After workspace, click on, I guess here only, na? Go to workspace, click on new workspace. Provide workspace name. Click on create. Okay. So this is how we will create a workspace. Now guys, once a workspace is done, now you have to create what? Collection. So create collection in Postman. Okay. So how to create collection? Pay attention guys. Here we are in workspace. Can you able to see collections options is here?
Yes.
Okay. By default we are there, and here we don't have any collection. So are you able to see one option? Create collection option.
Yes.
Okay. Either you can do with this or you can do with new. Even though if you go with a new, here also you will get new collection. Okay. So now is it first time, so we are getting option here. Otherwise, usually what we need to do, go to new. Okay, go to new, select what? Collection, and you can create. Or else if this is also not there, then one more thing is there. Here also plus sign is there. Can you see? See, if I go to API side, environment side, if environment side, create new environment. If collection side, create new collection. Basically guys, if you just explore it, this is very, very simple. Very, very simple. Okay. If here also you are not satisfied, go to left hand side, create a collection. Again you have an option. Okay. So whatever you feel comfortable, you can prefer that choice guys, no issue at all. Okay. So we will say go create new collection. As soon as I am going to create new collection, it is giving me one window. So boss, we have to give collection name. So let's say I will go to collection name. Let's say JSON server APIs. Okay, we are testing that only, na?
Yes.
JSON server APIs. Okay. So now after this, here if we have any option, no. No auth, nothing. Here something, no. So guys, just click somewhere. Okay. So can you able to see one collection is added here? Okay. Very simple. You just need to click anywhere or control S something. It will automatically will get saved. Okay. No need to do any drama or something. Okay. If you go here, you can delete this collection also. Okay. So now create collection. So where what we need to do here? In collection view, click on plus, correct? Plus means that add new collection, correct? Here we will say create new collection, provide collection name. Okay, provide what? Collection name. So now guys, once this thing is done, now in this collection, we have to create a request. We have to add what? Request. So now our actually guys sending request and getting response, that drama we can start. Now again, one thing. Okay. So in a collection, okay, in a collection, we can add the request. Here, every one request is considered as one test case.
Okay.
Remember, just like in our Java side, we have one Java class, that is one test script, we will say.
Yes.
So here, that is one test case. Okay, one request and response you are checking. Okay. So what we need to do, guys, first thing is, in this collection, you can add a request. Now this collection is empty, but rather than this, first you add one folder. What you need to add? One folder. So that we can give a project kind of look and feel to this collection. So add a folder. So I am adding one folder, guys, and let's say I'll give one name. So let's say my name of this folder is get request. Guys, I hope you can understand. Now in this folder, I will store all what? Get request. Okay. So if let's say in a real time, guys, you have some 10 APIs, 20 APIs to test. Okay. Out of that, they will specify, hey, this API for post purpose, this API for get purpose, this API for update purpose. So like that, you can segregate. And if you segregate, your work only become easy. Otherwise, if you mix everything, you will get confused at last. Okay, hey, which request for which thing? So now in a collection, we have get request. In a get request, I will add one request. See, again go to three dot. Are you able to see add a request? Okay. So go here, add the request. And finally, guys, you are in a request section. And just try to understand this UI. Guys, can you able to see here you can set HTTP method? Here you have to specify what? URI, API. Here you can set some request headers. Here we have to send the request. Once we send the request, here we will get what? Response. See, this is a response section. Guys, can I say a very user-friendly UI is there? Tell me, up to now, did you feel any difficulty?
No.
Online people? If you spend hardly half an hour to 1 hour time now, you will become expert in this. Here go, do this, collection added. Here go, request added. Here go, this is added. That's it. Okay. Now, guys, so let me remove this. Okay. So now, guys, what we need to do, create workspace, create collection, then in collection, create new folder, okay, for better simplification. Okay, so now guys, after this, in that folder, add new request. Okay, guys, is everyone clear up to this? Okay, note on this, everyone. Done with the copy? Everyone? Okay. So guys, now say, first I will show you all CRUD operations. Okay. That means get, post, put, patch, delete.
Yes.
How to fetch the data, add the data, update the data, delete the data, everything. Okay. So now guys, say, now here we will say get a request. Okay. So see guys, what we need to do to complete get request. So obviously in this folder I add a request. Open this. Okay. Go here. I guess that name only save. I'll change. So let's say you can give any name here, guys. Let's say fetch data from posts API. Our first API is post only. Okay. But guys, now you are aware, before starting we have to start the JSON server.
Yes.
So where is that JSON server? Yesterday we started Selenium batch API setup. In a API setup we started this. So again go to that directory, and what is the command? JSON space hyphen server hyphen watch db dot JSON. Okay. So can you see guys? Okay, server is running. Now guys, our first API is HTTP localhost 3000 host. Copy this. Now see, select here HTTP method. Can you see many HTTP methods are there? Okay. So these all methods, lock, unlock, purge, unlink, link, usually no one will go for it. Okay. And whoever will go, they will go for API documentation and developer side. Our side, we have a concern on get, post, put, patch, delete. First 5 methods. So select method as what? Get. Provide here URL. And guys, now try to recall something. I told you, request parameter. For get request, how many parameters are compulsory? HTTP method is compulsory. That we give. URI is compulsory, that we give. Content type. Is content type compulsory for get request? Content type is required when you are sending data from your end. Is you are sending data from your end?
No.
No. So content type is not required. And obviously payload data is also not there because there is no data you are sending. So nothing you have to do, just set method, provide URI, send request. Guys, request is sending, and are you able to get the response? Everyone? I guess this is maximum. Okay. So, guys, now see, are you able to see the response? Complete response you are fetching here. See, ID 1, title is this, author is this, all data you are able to get. Okay. Guys, one request is done. See, 200. And now, see the beauty. Yesterday I showed you, in a browser, one time it is showing correctly. But second time it is giving 304. But now, send again. Again request goes, response came. Again send. Again request goes, response came. Guys, can you see 200?
Okay.
Accurate reading we are having. Is everyone clear up to this?
Yes.
And guys, now I will show you everything. I told you, request having 2 things, response, body and headers. Can you see headers, guys? See, in a header, go to header side, you can see all headers, response headers. Okay. Obviously, see here content type. What is the content type? Application/JSON. Boss, we are getting in the form of JSON. Okay. What is the date? Today. Okay. When connection is still on. Okay. Something like this. Go to body side. This is your complete body. Okay. You can see this data in a raw format, in a preview format, in a visualized format, or in a pretty format. Mostly we will go for pretty.
Okay.
Okay. If let's say your response is in some different, is in XML, here by default XML will be there. If it is in HTML, by default HTML. If it is in text, by default text. But now our response is in JSON. So obviously it is in JSON.
Yes.
Now just go here. So if we go here, what is the use of this? I don't think anything is there. Okay. So now guys see here in this side you can see headers. Here you can see body, complete response you can check. Okay. And now try to understand guys why I told this is manual testing. Tell me whether a response coming properly or not, your request work properly or not, you need to see or not.
Yes. Yes.
You need to see, na, hey boss, this is happening. Okay, boss, everything passed. So it is manual. Can you see status code here? 200. Can you see response time? How much time it is taking? 19 milliseconds. What is the size? 472 byte. Okay. Guys, is everyone clear up to this?
Yes.
Is everyone clear up to this? Okay. And see here, status 200. Okay, you will get full information. What do you mean by 200? Just move here. See, can you see standard response code for successful HTTP? Whatever I explained to you. Okay. Now, if you want guys, sometimes you may can get a requirement, boss. I am sending the request, I am getting the data, and I am getting a huge data. Okay, big response I am having, not like this very short in a real time. Then I want to save that response for future purpose. Are you able to see what option? Save response. You can just go here, save response as an example or save to some file. You can save to some file. So you can go here in a physical file, you can save it. See, let me go to C drive. Selenium batch, API setup. So let's say post response. Are you able to see? Okay, post response. Click on save. Guys, as soon as it's saved, can you able to see response is downloaded? And now go there. This is your response. So I guess open with where is open with? Open with, let's say, notepad. Can you able to see the response? Guys, is everyone clear up to this? Okay, this is how cookies are nothing but Sapan. Cookies are nothing but some history of your transactions. Okay. Now I'll just close this. So like this, guys, you can save every response whatever you are doing. Okay. Now, guys, so how to send GET request? First, add a request in required folder. Okay. Next step is, after this, set HTTP method as GET. Then provide proper URI, and next, after this, click on what? Send button. Okay. I guess after this, nothing you have to do. You just need to validate and all. Okay. So let's say now after this, we can save the response for our future purpose future purpose from Postman. Okay, fine. Guys, note down this get request. And I hope guys now you can understand why I told theory only difficult. Practically very easy. Okay.
Here we are validating only by using that code.
Yes,
200.
we are getting data or not, data accurate or not. Okay, let's say if there is a requirement like author name will be like this. So exactly that name you need to see and okay, boss, everything proper.
Okay.
Mostly status code is correct means it will give.
Okay.
Guys, done with the copy? Okay. Fine. So now guys, this is all about get request. Now we will check guys, okay, how to add the data. Okay. So adding data in a server means which API? Means which request?
Adding that is put
Post. Adding new data. Okay. So now guys, observe here. How to send post request? Again, guys, I'll go to collection. Okay. I'll segregate my all request separately, guys. Okay. So I'll add one more folder here. So one more folder for post request. Okay. Now, in a post request, I will add a new request, guys. Up to this step is same. Okay. So let's say insert data in post API. Okay. Some meaningful name you can give. And now what you need to do? Say set HTTP method as post provide URI, in which API you have to go. So what is my API? So I guess this is the API, post API. Guys, for our confirmation, we will open this in a browser also, so that we will came to know. See, this is our actual data. Now we will try to send post. So when I'm saying guys, we will do post, so we need how many things? HTTP method, URL, after that content type, and after that body also. What data you want to send?
Yes.
So how to do this? First thing, provide URI. Once you provide URI, don't click on send. Okay. Here you have to go to body side. Okay, there is a one section called as body. In a body, go to raw. Go to where? Raw. In a raw, set the content type as JSON. Boss, I don't want text. I don't want JavaScript. I don't want HTML. I don't want XML. What I want? JSON. So here give JSON. Okay. So now guys, here now you can give what object you want to add. So what is the one object it is having? ID as one, title is this, author is this. So let's say I will add one more object here. Guys, see, you can validate your entire JSON here. See, if I don't give this comma, are you getting error?
Yes.
So whether you have accurate JSON or not, or what your body is correct or not, everything you can set. So now you give now ID I will give as 2. Title I will give as, let's say, as date. And let's say author I will give my name. So like that I want to add the data now. Okay. So now this data I want to post. So what I done guys, first select HTTP method as post, give URI, go to body, go to raw, set content type as JSON, give the body. This is your payload. This is nothing but what? Payload. Now click on send. Guys, see, are you able to see? Your object is added. And see the status code 201 created. Previously 200. Whenever you will fetch the data, you will get status code as 200. Whenever you add the data, you will get status code as 201. 201 means created. Okay. So 574 milliseconds it took, and this again you can save the response if you want. Now guys, let's cross check really it is added or not. Go to browser. How many objects are here? 1. But as per our request, we add one more object. Am I right? Refresh. Is it done?
Yes, sir.
Is your data added successfully? Okay, created successfully. Like this, in a real time, API testing looks. Okay, so you have to check whether data added successfully or not. Okay, this is how we will send post request. So guys, how to send post request? How to send post request? Okay, so post request is add a request in required folder. Okay, after this set HTTP method as post. After this provide proper URI. After this go to body. In a body go to raw. In a raw set content type as JSON. Provide payload data. Provide payload data and at last send. Okay, so this is the way you have to send what? Post request. Guys, note down this. Obviously, Sapan, what you are sending, that only will get added, na? Correct? Online paper, done with this? Okay, so now guys, here we will see get request, post request. Okay, so here try to understand one thing. We can add one point for get request. For get request, 200 is a status code. Okay. For post request 201 is a status code. Okay. Now, guys, let me show you some exploration of API testing. Now, guys, one time I send the request goes, connect to the server and add the data. Everything is fine. Okay. But now, if we are sending the request again, will it work? Tell.
Same data we are adding again.
Same request I am sending again.
No.
Will it work?
No.
Apurva?
I don't understand how this works. So related.
Still, at least what you observe. Same, I am not changing any data, I am not changing anything. Okay. So, same request I will resend. Okay. Same request I will resend. So, if I resend this request, okay. So, now here observe this carefully. If I will resend, tell me, is there is a problem in my request?
No.
HTTP method is correct, API is correct, JSON format is correct, syntax is correct, everything is correct. Try to send. Are you getting?
Error.
Insertion fail. Boss ID is duplicate. I can't insert this data. And now your status code is 500. Internal server error. Is my point clear, everyone?
Yes.
Okay. So I told you series of status code 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Okay. So if there is a 500 means server side error. Because server can't proceed this because server is saying as per the logic declared inside me, ID is already exist. ID is already exist. So guys, so that means here we can say if data can't able to insert in server, then due to some logical error, then we will get 500. Okay, then we will get what? 500. And that 500 means, okay, it is internal server error. Is everyone clear up to this? Is everyone clear up to this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, guys, note down this. Online people, done with the copy? Okay, so now guys, see here, this is get, this is post. Now, which is next request as per our sequence? Put. Okay. So now we are aware, guys. What do you mean by put? Put means it is update the data. Okay. But update the data completely or partially? Completely. Okay. So put means complete updation of data. Okay. So guys, now see what we will do. Let's say guys, I'll change this ID. Okay, boss. Observe here carefully. So I'll change the ID as 3. Let's say I'll change some data, title as test engineer. Okay. And here we will say, okay, something like this. Now we will send. Now it is working fine. Data inserted. So now what we want was, this data I want to update. This data I want to update. But guys, now see, let's go here. Refresh. How many objects I am having? 3. So let's say in a third object, the object who's having ID as 3, I want title and author to be updated. What I want? Title and author to be updated. So we will send what? Put request. So see, now again same process guys, go to collection. What do you need to do? First add a folder for simplification. Let's say put request. Okay. Then in this, go to add request. In a add request. Okay. So here we will say update complete data. Update what? Complete data. Select HTTP method as put. Provide URI. So my URI is this. API is this. Okay. Now guys, try to understand one thing. Again, we have to go to body because we have to tell which data I want to update. Go to raw. Again, same step. Set content type as JSON. And now here we will say, boss, I have this data. I have this data. So here I want to update, make this as senior. And let's say name author, I want to make this as something. So can I say I update bold data now? So if I want update, now you tell me guys, are you not having one silly confusion?
Yes.
That is, I have 3 objects, bro. Here I have how many objects?
3.
3 objects. Exactly which object it will update? Maybe chances are there it can update here. It can update here or it can update here. Okay. It can update anywhere. Okay. So that's the reason guys. Here you have to identify the object uniquely. So exactly which object ID you want?
3.
3. In a URI give /3. Enter. Are you getting single object?
Yes.
Now there is no confusion. Hey boss, which object I need to update? Because now only one object is there. And according to that, only that object it will update. So if you send a request like this only, see what happens. I'm not giving /3 and I didn't identify object uniquely. Send. Are you getting 404? Boss, our side error, client side error. Okay, you are trying to update the resource, but you didn't mention which resource. Okay, so now what we will give /3. Exactly third object. Can you please update?
Update.
So send. Guys, is it update?
Yes.
See, title is Senior Test Engineer, author is Anusruti ma'am. Now see, here check update or not. This is old data, refresh. This is new data. And now if you fetch old data also, in that also it is updated. See,
Okay.
this is how put is working. Guys, any confusion up to this?
Here we are only changing, not complete, no.
What?
Data changing, updating.
Complete means key and value both you want to update.
Then
Not
what
key.
is-
Key will be same. Value will get changed. You can change.
Okay.
Instead of senior test engineer, you can give anything.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Then patch means it is partially.
Wait,
right?
wait.
Okay.
I'll show you. I'll show you what's your confusion. Let's say, guys, again I want to send put request.
Mm.
Okay. Again I want to send. This time I'll not give author.
Okay.
I'll not give author. Now what I'm giving? ID and title. Okay. See. Now, whatever you are giving here, only that data will be there. Complete update. Now, is it clear? But if same thing we would have done in a patch, it will not remove author. It will say, boss, this is modification, and old data also I will keep. But put is say, whatever I am sending right now, I will keep only that.
Okay.
If any extra is there, I will remove.
Okay.
This is complete update. Guys, now it is clear, everyone?
Can you update two objects together at a time?
No. Individual operation. Okay, that is not possible. So, are you clear up to this?
Yes.
Now, okay, so here we will say put request. Now, how to do this? Add request in required folder. Then HTTP method. What is that? Put. Then provide URI which will identify object uniquely. Which will identify object uniquely. Okay. By using ID. Okay. So after this, again same, go to body, then go to raw, then set content type as JSON, content type as JSON, and then here we will say provide payload data which want to update. Okay, and then click on send. Okay, status code is 200. So for put also, what is the status code? 200 if it is really updated. Okay, note on this. Guys, done. Guys, done. Okay. So now 3 HTTP methods are done: get, post, put. Okay. Now, guys, say next we will see patch. So now, guys, I'll show you one thing practically. So put, this is put folder, close it. Post folder, close it. Okay, it will open every time, guys, new tab. So it's better if you close it and keep only those which you are working. Okay. So now what I will do, in a post, I will add fourth data. Okay. So ID as 4. Let's say title is manager. Okay. And let's say author is Ganesh. Okay. So if something like this, again I will send, obviously new data, new entry, it is added. Okay, we can check. See, ID 4 as added. Now I want to update this ID 4, but not completely. I want to update this as partially. But again, I need to identify the object uniquely. So what I need to give here, /4. I am identifying. And now say, guys, here, let me save this. Again, let me save this. Guys, make sure in Postman, auto save option is not there. So you have to save before closing. Okay. So let's say here again, I will add new folder. Patch request. Then inside this, I will add one request. In that, let's say I will say update partially. Update what? Partially data. Now, if we will update this, so now see here HTTP method as patch, set the URI. So what is my URI? This is the URI with a 4. Now again go to body, same step, go to raw, set content type as JSON, and now see the twist, guys. Here we will give object. So in short, I want from this only manager should get updated. Okay, so I will give only title. Title, colon, I will say senior manager. Okay, what I update? From manager, I update as senior manager. Is I am giving author?
No.
Is I am giving anything else? No. Then, guys, send the request. Here only you can see author is also there. And senior manager is also there. Means old data is also there, new data is also there. This is patch. Guys, is everyone clear on this? See, you can go refresh. See, here also you can refresh. Are you able to see? Title becomes senior manager. Online people, is everyone clear? Okay. So now guys, observe here. So how to send patch request again same, that request. Okay, steps are mostly similar only. So add request in required folder, then HTTP method as patch, then provide URI which will identify object uniquely. After that body, after that raw, after that content type as JSON, okay, after this provide payload data which we want to update, and last click on send. And guys, again here status code for updation is 200. Okay, and now we can make one note point, guys. Okay, if we send, okay, I'll give this note later at last. Okay, first note down this. Done with the copying?
Yes.
Okay. So now guys, I guess last operation is left out. Get done, post done, put done, patch done. Now delete. So again guys, if I use delete, okay, so let's say I want to delete. Then tell me, is literally you will think I will delete everything in an API?
No.
No. Or we need to delete particular object. So again, which object I want to delete, I need to identify uniquely. Okay. So guys, always remember, get request, post request. Unique identification of object is not required. But for put, patch and delete, unique identification is compulsory. Put, which object need to update, which object need to update partially, and which object need to remove. Okay. So let's say I want to remove this third object. So guys, now observe here. I'll create one more folder, add a folder. In this, I will say delete request. Then in this, I will add request. So let's say remove data. Now we will set HTTP method as delete, and here we have to give URL. So I want to remove what? Third object. So guys, now as I want to remove only, so obviously there is no need to give any body or content type or something. I just blindly remove that. So send.
Okay.
Are you able to see 200? And response is empty. Response is empty because the object which you have, now you don't have. So go here, see, refresh. Can you see third object is disappear?
Yes.
It is completely removed from a server. Okay. So now here we will say delete request. Okay. Add a request in required folder. HTTP method as delete. Then provide proper URI which identify object uniquely. Which identify object uniquely, and then directly send. No need of body, raw, anything. Okay. And now again, status code for successful remove is 200. And now guys, you have to understand this note. See, note is if for put, patch, delete operation, for put, patch, delete operation, we didn't identify object uniquely, then we will get 404 as status code. Is everyone clear on this? Online people, is everyone clear on this? Okay, note on this. Online paper, done with the copy? Okay. So, guys, now see, this is all about get, post, put, patch, delete operations. Okay, whole CRUD operations through Postman. How we will do? Okay, so guys, I'll suggest everything whatever we done today. You try to do it practically and try to explore something extra also. Try to explore something extra in this API. Boss, if we do like this, what will happen? If we do like this, what will happen? If we change this data, what will happen? If we don't give that, what will happen? Try to explore. The more you will play with that, the more you will explore with that, you will get proper clarity. Okay. And now these are obviously very basics operations in Postman. How to send, get, post, put, patch, delete. But there are some other advanced features are also present in Postman, guys, which make our API testing little bit smoother or easier, something like that. Okay, that advanced feature we will discuss in our next part. Okay, so let's catch up that, guys, on Monday 8:30. Okay, fine, guys. See you on Monday. Same to you, Ravi.